All right. Be kind, rewind. We're taking a look at 2006's Superman Returns. Starring Brandon Routh, Kevin Spacey. Can we say that out loud?
Yes, we can. He was in it.
He was in it. Okay.
Bryan Singer directed it. Kevin Spacey, Kate Bosworth, James Marsden, who I really love. I'm a big fan of James Marsden.
Love James Marsden. He actually auditioned for Superman and was turned down, so they gave him the Richard White role.
He also auditioned for the co-host of this show, but we were just like, look, man, I just don't think you have it yet, like one day. But
and I need someone taller than me.
Keep trying, kid.
Parker Posey's in this, who does really well.
Yeah.
I think she's a standout in it.
She's good.
This is an interesting movie, and I really wanted to bring this up.
Langella?
Who was that?
He was, what's his face? The owner of the
Daily Planet.
Perry.
Yes. It's an interesting film that I wanted to discuss because obviously Superman, I think, is kind of up in the air right now. With Henry Cavill. We don't know if that universe is going to continue. So it's been rebooted since. There was so much hype on the Superman Returns film when it came out because at that time you had the Christian Bale Batman. People were really excited for a Superman universe. They were kind of hoping that shared universe was going to grow. However, at the time, while it wasn't a failure, it wasn't as big of a success as the studio had hoped.
Yeah, it wasn't a hit.
But never got a sequel. So it's currently on Netflix, and I wanted to discuss it here. I'm going to let Patrick lead the conversation because I recommended this for this segment in this week's episode. You were really against it, and I really pressed you of just watch it again today, and then let's have an honest conversation. And you did watch it again.
I did, and I'm very glad that he pushed me to do that. Because when I watched it, I remember watching it when I was a kid, and I'm pretty sure I went to the theater and saw it. And I was not impressed with Brandon Routh. I wasn't. I didn't, it just wasn't my cup of tea. And so, I don't know. The whole thing just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And I will say, there are some parts of the movie, it was way too long, but yet somehow it rushed at the end, I felt. But watching it again, I understand what Brandon Routh was trying to do, and I'll let you explain that. But I will say, I thought Kate Bosworth, I thought she was a great Lois Lane.
Yes.
And Kevin Spacey, he was freaking phenomenal as Lex Luthor. I know he's got his own issues, and
same with Bryan Singer.
Same with Bryan Singer. I know they have their issues. But to separate the person from the art, I do believe that Kevin Spacey was really, really good in this movie. He was the perfect Lex Luthor, and I think he will always be, in my opinion, the perfect Lex Luthor. Better than Jesse Eisenberg.
Michael Rosenbaum gives him a run for the money, though.
Michael Rosenbaum was good from Smallville, but I mean movies.
Yes.
So let me clarify. I mean movies. Brandon Routh, he's a big dude. He's a large human being. Yeah, I now see what you were saying in terms of what he was trying to do, and I'll let you explain that now.
Okay, so I wanted to...
So yeah, this was a great...
I wanted to revisit this film because, and I said this to you, and you were like, how does this tie in? And I said, well, the whole Andrew Garfield Spider-Man deal. And the reason being is that everybody right now is on a huge Andrew Garfield kick to return as Spider-Man. I love the Amazing Spider-Man films. They were my favorite when they came out. I really liked them. I was really depressed when Part 3 was never made. I feel the exact same way about Superman Returns. I thought Brandon Routh was perfect. I thought Kevin Spacey, who was the shoo-in, everybody knew he was going to be Lex Luthor. I remember when this movie was getting ready to cast, everybody was already throwing Kevin Spacey's name as the perfect Lex Luthor. And when they got him, I was so excited for this movie to get made because I knew he was going to be perfect for it, which he was. I think the confusing part that a lot of people had is there was such a gap between the Christopher Reeve films to getting the 2006 Superman. I don't think it really registered in people that this was Part 3. You're supposed to watch Superman 1, Superman 2 with Christopher Reeve, and then jump into Superman Returns. And Brandon Routh is supposed to be the Christopher Reeve Superman, which I think he was so on point. I love Brandon Routh as Clark Kent and Superman. I think he's the perfect person to play this role. I even rate him higher than Henry Cavill. And the reason, Henry Cavill is just, he's too broad, he's too handsome, like the guy's just got it going. Nobody's gonna think he's a nerd. Brandon, like, to play Clark Kent / Superman, I think is very difficult. He's not that one-dimensional Batman, which I love Bruce Wayne Batman, but Clark Kent has to be that person that you believe couldn't, like, protect his own lunch money. Like,
Clark, hey, welcome back. I see you've already met the Munchkin.
Hello.
he's got to always hold back and be the guy that is just scared of everything, the kind of dorky character, and then be the Man of Steel hero when he's in the costume. And I thought Brandon Routh just portrays that so perfect. When he's playing Clark Kent, he had some of the great Christopher Reeve throwbacks of just like fixing the glasses, and there's some quick one-liners in there that I think go over a lot of people's heads when he's Clark Kent at the Daily Planet answering questions. Here he goes to answer, and like they cut him off. He does it so well, and I just thought Brandon Routh was the perfect fit for it. I also think the movie captured the Superman look. What Superman is supposed to be. Superman is the contrast of Batman. Batman is supposed to be the grayscale, dark, moody character. Superman is supposed to be blue skies, sunshine, happy-go-lucky. It is the exact opposite. And this movie is that. When he saves the plane and then he like walks in and says, statistically speaking, traveling by air is still safer than traveling by car. Like, that is classic Superman. That is what he's supposed to do.
It sounds like Captain America.
So to me, this movie isn't perfect, but this movie did capture the essence of Superman for me. I think a big problem in the film is the most amazing action sequence was at the beginning. That whole plane sequence.
Oh, yeah.
Is insane. Like, that was just so well done. It never really reaches that level, and I think the plot point with Lex Luthor and the crystal creating his own land, like that just falls short. And I don't blame Brandon Routh, Kevin Spacey, any of the cast for that. I just think that was a weak plot. No, who wants to live on a rainy glass land? Like, that didn't make sense to me. However, where the film excelled is I always thought the heart of Superman was felt from beginning to end. There's a sequence where he's just flying through the air and there's like a street view of pedestrians, and they look up and you can hear the cape flapping in the wind, and he just kind of cruises by. I love that. There's, when Metropolis is like kind of falling apart and he flies to the city and you see all of his powers, like the lasers, everything that Superman can do, the breath to put the fire out. They did a great job of showcasing every one of his powers, and I loved that aspect of it. Even the vulnerabilities. When he goes to the kryptonite land and like they start kicking the crap out of him, and the way Brandon Routh is feeling that pain and just an agony and screaming, and they're just kicking him and you feel so bad for him. There's a lot of emotion in this film that I don't think comes across in a lot of superhero films, and I really credited this movie for that.
I felt bad for James Marsden's character.
Yes.
I felt so bad for it because he was kind of a badass himself.
Yeah.
He's a good pilot, and he cared about his family and stuff. I will say, though, because you had said that he auditioned for Superman.
Yes.
I think he could have played a fantastic Superman.
I think he could do well.
He just doesn't have the square chin.
But see,
and
his character, I want to bring up another reason I really like this movie is a lot of films will fall short, and because he is currently married to Lois Lane. Superman has disappeared for, I forget how many years.
5 years?
5 years, and he's come back to Earth. Lois Lane has moved on, she's remarried, has a kid. Most movies would fall short on character development for this husband and make them a jerk. Make them the person that you don't like. So Superman's the good guy, and you want Lois Lane to be with him. I actually appreciated the storytelling of this film because they made James Marsden a good guy where you're like, what is Lois going to do? Because he is James Marsden is amazing in this. He's a great guy. Like, don't leave him. Even though like we get you love Superman, but you know, and I actually credited the story for that of not making him a hateable character because
That's a good point.
It's lazy writing at that point, and they always do it.
It would have been interesting though to see him play because he could play a nerdy kind of guy.
Oh, I think he'd be great for it. I'm a huge
And then
James Marsden
he's
fan.
also that high. How are you? Like he was Corny Collins in Hairspray.
I remember reading though, Bryan Singer again. This is kind of the Henry Cavill point. They thought he was too handsome. Like they thought he had that too good looking. They wanted that person that wasn't. Not to say that Brandon Routh isn't. However,
somebody like
when you look at the two, you know, I mean, like you said, like he's got like the broad chin. Like you can see he's got the dimples. Like
Brandon Routh looks more of like a Superman than James Marsden does. James Marsden kind of looks like a Flash or
yeah.
You know.
And I do want to credit, I have to say, you know, the great thing that happened it's been a year and a half now. Brandon Routh did get to play Superman again. I do think the fandom is there pressing for him. I would love to see this universe continue properly. I don't know that it'll happen. It never happened, but with all this talk around Amazing Spider-Man 3, who knows? Maybe we can get a continuation of Brandon Routh's Superman story. You never know.
There's a better chance of the Amazing Spider-Man 3 being made than there is a second Brandon Routh Superman movie.
But given the fan reaction, because Brandon Routh got to come back in the Crisis on Infinity Earth crossover series on CW and play the Kingdom Come Superman, fans went nuts for it. Brandon Routh, like that was a huge redemption for him. I just read a recent interview with him where like he always felt let down that this never got to continue. He was so excited to play Superman, and here we are, how many years later? So it was really neat because we got to see him again as Clark Kent and Superman in this crossover, and he was amazing in it still. So whether it be the CW continuing it, I think it'd be great to see some more Brandon Routh Superman. I am going to say, you got Netflix, give Superman Returns a watch. And like I said, watch it with an open mind that it's Superman 3. Patrick?
I'm going to have to say pass on the fact that you shouldn't watch it. Watch this movie.
What?
Like pass on the idea that you shouldn't watch it.
Does the graphic say watch? Or?
It does. It says.
Oh, okay.
Well, you can tell me because you edit it. I'm just here for the pizza and the booze.
I can manage that.
So yes, watch it.
Nice. I love it. I was able to change your mind because you did not even want to cover it.
I did not want to cover it. I was like, this is stupid. I know what you're trying to do.
And I did it.
And you did it.
Make sure you click like, subscribe.
Comment, share, hit the notification button.
Yes. And stay tuned because we got more episodes coming your way. So until then, as always, I'm Rob E.
I'm Patrick Harney.
And this is
Attack on Show.